Thank you very much, Juan. And now our last participant here is going to be Sean Spiegelman from Appalachian Mountain Brewing.
Thank you very much to the panel, to all the participants in the Startup Challenge, and also to Brewbound and Craft Brew Alliance for hosting this wonderful event. As you can see behind me is what represents Beyond the Liquid for us at Appalachian Mountain Brewery. Since we've opened, we have participated in a lot of things that are very community, philanthropy, and sustainability oriented. As a community-based brewery, our focus is to make sure that we reach out, as you can see in our collaboration brews, with many different organizations that are out there that are focused in building more community, helping different nonprofit causes that are out there on a daily basis, working very hard to build a network and a fabric which touches all of us in any community that you live in. Currently, the judges are looking at our Blood, Sweat, and Gears. It's called the First Revolution. It is a beer that is focused on helping to protect mountains, rivers, and also, in addition to that, the money from that bottle goes to the foundation Blood, Sweat, and Gears, which gives back all of its proceeds, about $100,000 worth during the ride, to many nonprofits in our community. Since opening, I have rolled up the company. I've taken it public. It's enabled us to raise approximately $600,000 in the first quarter. My wife and I self-funded the business. It is a taproom-focused business originally. In the second quarter and third quarter this year, we're getting ready to take delivery of our cask canning line. That's going to enable us to penetrate North Carolina in very many different ways with canned products. We're also going to be able to deliver 22-ounce bottles as well. As you can see, we've competed in the U.S. Open Beer. It enabled us to win 2 gold medals for our Honey Badger as a blonde ale, as well as our California Common. We have, in the process, we're getting ready to launch our Farm to Flame, our food truck. It is a beer-infused dough, beer-infused menu items. It's going to be located at our brewery. There's lots of plans for that for the future in terms of rolling out the dough into supermarkets, rolling out a sauce bar. In addition, we've also getting ready to launch our Hard Mountain Cider. It's a new division of our company. It is going to be focused in a 4,000 square foot facility. We'll be putting out that cider in 750 ml bottles in the beginning. It's a very exciting time for us because the community, the philanthropy, and the sustainability has enabled our company to be an anchor and a bedrock for Boone, North Carolina, up where Appalachian State University is. It's been very exciting. It's been very well received. In our first year, we brewed 40 different beer styles.
3 minutes, but great job. Really nice presentation. So a lot of cause-based marketing, we've seen it used to varying degrees of success. Really interesting labels, though, in relation to what you guys are doing in the community. We'll start with you, Brady. What do you think of this, their approach to conservation, philanthropy, as being a huge part of this branding, the branding?
I mean, it's obvious if you look at this, you've got a lot going on. I mean, it gets back to community. I mean, I think the thing that struck me the most in looking at the label, it's kind of like your front-facing label is really interesting and really kind of eye-catching, and then you've got these really great stories on the side that all link back immediately. It's recognizable that you're connected to the community. This beer gives back to the Blood, Sweat, and Gears piece. But yeah, I mean, I think all of that is great. My question, I guess, my one concern is it feels like maybe that's overpowering the message on the bottle. Yeah. I'm not sure that your brand name comes across as strongly as it could. Whether or not that's a bad thing is, I mean, that's up to you to determine if it works in your market. That's great. But again, I think the message comes across in the bottle. It comes across in your presentation, and I think that's great.
Thank you.
Chris, what are your thoughts on this brand?
Well, I think we all sort of you know, when you were presenting, said there's a lot going on. And that was the first thing I wrote down. You know, like Brady said, I'd like to see the brand a little bit more forward, a little bit more prominent, to know who I'm buying the beer from, I guess. Cause-based marketing seems like a pretty difficult road to go down. I think at the end of the day, I mean, people want to buy brands that are really high quality, and if they can support something in the process, that's great, but that's not going to be the reason why they're purchasing the brand. They're purchasing the brand because they like what they're drinking. So I would like to probably have that more in the background, and more of the actual brand and what I'm drinking, the IPL, the brewery, a little bit more forward. That said, the beer was really, really good. I really liked it. I like the IPL style, so and I think that's, you know, something unique, something different, and definitely something different from what we've tried today.
And then, Sean, a question. So, what do you guys want to be when you grow up? Do you want to be a brewer, cider, food truck, or selling to the food line? You know, I don't see clearly defined, unless you feel that, and tell me that you can move all those balls forward at one time.
Sure. To answer the question, the first thing, the reason why the brand with BSG is on there, that is a bottle that's actually being done. It's a special brew. It's a collaboration release. So that was the purpose of focusing that. To answer your question, to differentiate ourselves as a craft beverage or a craft company, we have multiple brand models that we are moving forward together. Our food truck, for example, all of the beers that we produce, we incorporate into our food. So people are getting a unique experience as a foodie or as a craft beer lover, that you're able to immediately associate what our brand is, right? In terms of the farm to flame component. The cider component, as we all know, it's growing tremendously. It's taking on market share. The Hard Mountain cider, it's locally grown apples from where we're at. It's a very unique style cider that we produce. And I believe that when we look at, as a public company, being able to have multiple different business components pushing forward in this business market, as craft beer is getting, I wouldn't call it saturated, but more and more breweries are coming online every day. It's how would we differentiate ourselves by having the food, by having the tap room, by producing 40 beer styles in our first year. Partnering with the different causes is one of the ways for us to give back from a philanthropy side. So I do feel strongly that we will be able to continue to grow. Profitability in our first year, we were profitable. We're profitable quarter over quarter as well, and it has gained us a following in our town and beyond. In North Carolina, I believe that people are looking for the fabric that connects everybody together. The beer part, the liquid, tremendously important. Seeing Appalachian Mountain Brewery, the logo, that's why we put it inside the apple. We put it inside the balloon. You see it on the Farm to Flame as well.
All right, Kate, do you agree with Chris's assessment that, you know, people buy beer over the brand? I mean, do people buy brands at your stores?
I mean, yes and no. I think a lot of people come in and they're already educated about what might be in the bottle or who the people are. I do think a lot of people will, you know, maybe pick something up, take a look at it, decide maybe that's not for me and put it back down. I think this is super eye-catching. I really like it. It is really, you know, really busy. But I do like all the information. And as you said, I mean, if this is a collaboration or a specialty brew, if you will, so it's a specialty label, you're probably not going to have all this busyness with all your other labels. Sure. I know for me, and I'm highly biased, unfortunately, I would pick this up and I would buy it and I would drink it and I would enjoy it, and I did. I thought the beer was great. I think that's a tough question. I think yes and no. I think sometimes. I think it depends on people's level of knowledge.
If they are buying it for the beer, do they buy it a second time, Jack?
I would buy this beer a second time. Actually, one of the things I really like about this is that you're actually calling out the ingredients, specifically the hops that you're using on this. Since you do have 3 big name hops on there, and I'm sure those rack up quite a price tag, it's good to call them out, and I really like that you did that.
All right, one more comment from Chris?
Can I ask one question? Since we got the Widmer guys up here, the only company in the competition that's a public company, and you know, obviously CBA is a public company as well. What are your thoughts on that approach, and what are the sort of challenges, you know, that might lie ahead for somebody having to answer to shareholders.
Yeah, I mean, I think for us, we appreciate the benefits of being a publicly traded company, publicly held company. Transparency seems to be the biggest, challenge, I think. We are very forthright, not only because we want to be, but because we have to be with what we're doing behind the scenes. And that's an issue that we wrestle with, but it's one that we're really comfortable with as well. That's part of what comes along with being structured that way. So, I mean, I think that's going to be a challenge moving forward as people, if you grow, people are going to be asking questions. People are going to want to help provide guidance and direction. So I think having like, a really strong, board of advisors to guide the path and to get buy-in, but then to also just get really comfortable sharing a lot more than maybe a private company would have to.
I think, unfortunately, we have to move on, but great question, comments, presentation.
Thank you very much.
Thanks so much, Sean. Mike, let's wrap it up.
Thank you very much to all of our presenters and all of our judges today. This was fantastic. So we're going to take a little bit of a break now. You guys have roughly half an hour. The conference is going to start back up at 10 o'clock. So until then, make sure you grab yourself some coffee. You have a long day to stay awake for. Grab some coffee, grab some food, head back in here around 10. And then we will be announcing the winner. These guys will come back on stage, talk a little bit about what they saw up here after they deliberate over the course of the day. So 5 o'clock this evening, we'll have the winner announced. So everybody, stay tuned. Thanks very much, everybody.